Today I want to offer this idea to you. I would like you to consider the possibility that you could train your mind to think the most loving thoughts, the most uplifting thoughts. You could train your mind to not berate you and judge you and condemn you. Can you even imagine a mind that is so well trained that it can conjure the most beautiful scenarios, the sweetest scenarios, the most successful situations? A mind that can be trained to create life, co-create life with the universe, with the divine, with the higher self, that is not restrained in any way. The mind that is free to create joy and beauty and presence. And consciously release itself from suffering and repetitious thought of pain and misery and loneliness and stuckness, anxiety, fear and worry. It's not your fault that you use your mind in these unproductive, non-creative ways. It is that none of us have been trained to know that the mind is a tool, or that we are the master of the mind. And we have this tremendous inbuilt resource that can project vibrations of vitality, vision, creativity, health, contribution. Instead, we spend decades putting ourselves down, and therefore always being willing to put others down. We judge ourselves and we judge others. We see the smallness of our own egos, and therefore we point fingers at the smallness of others' egos. We see the limiting beliefs that hold our own dreams back, so we project these limiting beliefs on the dreams and visions of others. Over time, we fall into cynicism, bitterness, despair, hopelessness. But I want to remind you today that in spite of all these veils and iron walls in front of your heart, there is a beautiful light within you that I know you have met many a time. And I know you have communed with this light many a time. And that light would like you to reach within and reconnect with it. And that is when you can train this mind to serve you instead of enslaving you. We are here for only a finite amount of time, learning soul-level lessons in these very finite human bodies. It is not easy to contain this vast light in a small, restricted set of bones and skin and flesh and tissue and prana. While the whole world outside of us transforms in great suffering, while the outer layers of you your outer mind, and even the body endures great suffering and change. Can you, in this present moment, allow yourself to even ask, is there a part of me that is steady and silent and available and always connected to the divine? Does it even exist within me? Have I ever experienced it before? And if I have, ask yourself, wouldn't I want to be connected to that? That thing, that feeling, that knowingness within me, that steadiness, that peace, that wisdom and intuition, that bubbling joy and wonderment and awe. Can you stop for a moment and ask yourself, do I even deserve this experience? Because deep in the core of your heart lives the divine as you. And quite honestly, there is no love greater than that love. That part of the divine within you, in the innermost core of your heart. When you meet him or her and reconnect and rebuild that relationship, you will live your life in a very different way. You will experience heaven on earth within you. This possibility has existed for all of us, and those of us who have discovered this deeper layer to the heart are living in a very different way. And if you want this, if you truly want it, genuinely want it, you too can have it. You have to be willing to make that inward journey, and you have to be willing to commit to that relationship, to yourself, to the part of you that is beyond body, beyond thought, beyond emotion. And even before that, you will have to be tired of the ways of your mind and your emotional heart that spin the same stories, that erode any empowerment that you may have. And those thoughts and emotions keep pushing you back into victimhood. So ask yourself, am I miserable enough to want something different? And only if that desire is pure and intense, like a rich fire, only then the doors will open for you. Until then, you can be sure that you're still learning and you're getting something out of your suffering and your complacency and your resistance. This divine part of you is really the goddess, the shakti, that is dormant until you are ready, until you finish the work of the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar chakra, and even half of the heart's work. And the way the goddess is present in these lower chakras is she keeps putting things in front of you to look at, to tempt you into your own evolution. But we often turn away and we feel victimized by life and circumstance. And we do that journey not once or twice. We might even do it 15 or 20 times of revisiting that suffering, that circumstance, that relationship, that belief system, that karma, until it dissolves. And then finally, you arrive at the heart. It may take a whole lifetime. It may take 5 years. It may take 5 minutes. And there, when you enter the cave of your heart and feel the warmth and the beautiful eternal light of your being, that's when you know you're ready. A favorite statement of mine is as follows: Divine Mother, I am willing to place my ego in the fire of my consciousness. I'm willing to see what I have been unwilling to see till this moment. And I'm willing to humble myself more than I ever have. I am willing. Show me, guide me. I hold your hand. And as you become familiar with the light of your heart, you will not want to hurt yourself or others. You will consciously choose to express love and compassion and understanding towards yourself and your own journey in this lifetime and that of others. Generosity oozes out of your heart. Compassion flows freely. Wisdom is always present. You can be in a crowded place filled with people, and you'll have a moment of great awareness where you realize, I'm standing with hundreds of gods and goddesses in human form. Wow, look how diverse the divine is in each of us. Judgment of the self and that of others simply vanishes. You become so rich and abundant in not only in your heart but also in your material reality. When you access the light of your heart, there is no lack. And there is no fear. And all the misery that you held on to from your own false beliefs of lack and fear, now they're vanished. You've dissolved them. And this allows for the expansion of the heart's light. And in the expansion of the heart's light is held your highest purpose. And your highest purpose is simply to love, to become an expert in loving, an expert in giving, and enjoying the expression of loving and giving. Because the loving and the giving happens from the core of your heart, where there is no lack or fear. You have nothing to lose and you're already extremely wealthy. So I would like you to ponder on this, contemplate on this. Thank you so much for listening, for being here with your presence. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.